All right, well, back from the ad break and my getting up out of this chair break, and off we go. Is there, do we, are there things we can do? How does this work? So there are vertex groups. Obviously we can edit the model here. I don't know how the vertex group stuff works. If I change the weights on things, I don't know. I don't know what any of that does. Are there... Okay, there aren't like baked in modifiers or anything. No. If I grab this and I hit G, okay, that doesn't do anything. Okay, I can't really interact with that. If I lock this, interesting. Okay. I mean, theoretically, I could, hold on, can I, okay, I can edge select these. Something is happening. It's hard to tell. If I go, okay, I've selected some. It looks like there's multiple edges on this. So again, Control Shift click. Is that all of them? Maybe. What if I scale? Not Z. Yeah, we can do that. That doesn't really... Yeah, I don't know that there's going to be a good way to, like, change this. But, you know, it's fine. It gets the idea across, and, I don't know. We'll see. I can always go back and change it later. I feel like this is still too square. I guess the thing to do would be to just like grab these edges and bring them in. Just you know, scale them in a bit to round that off. Better? Maybe. Okay. And then the top here, I think we can, let's see, 3, face select, extrude, and don't move it, right? And then extrude again. And then edge select, alt click. Oh, that doesn't count as a something we can select that way. Okay, so then Control E, edge crease. Okay. Extrude again. And extrude again. And then we can, let's see, side view here, box select, shrink. Or actually move it up a little bit. And then maybe right here we scale. Oh, let's see. Let's be in vertex select mode. Go back to here. Make sure X-ray is turned on. And then we can box select through and scale and give ourselves a little bit of a pinch. Right there. That's something. Maybe flatten this down a little bit more. Okay. So then I want to make this barrel with it, what it has going on. I'm not sure about this part back here. I don't know what this is supposed to be, but I'm just thinking this, you know, we have an annotate tool. This we would model. Yeah. Anyway. So we come over here and not right, of course. Cursor and then select. Okay, and let us add a cylinder and rotate it 90 degrees. Scale it down. I'm just gonna do like this and then scale it on the x-axis till it's about the right length. All right, so I'm going to treat, maybe I will do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Actually, maybe better. So I'm counting like sections. I should count the number of cuts, edge loops to do, right? So we have the end and then cut is 2, 3, and there's gonna be more than that because we'll need to have like some additional ones for adjusting things. But anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 11. Right, because then this will be the end. Oops. So Alt R, nope. Edit mode. Alt R is still not the right thing, isn't it? No, Control R. Control R. Oh, there we go. It's at the top. Up there at the top of the screen, it says cuts and a number. And we could shift these around if we wanted to, but that's fine. Okay. So the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna try to make this little barrel thing. I don't know. Don't overthink what things are supposed to be. We decided this was this looked cool. We're gonna make it. It is what it is. So we want to scale this. Not this way. Not X. Proportionally. I could have gone the other way, where we just make a section and then we extrude. That might have been better. So that might be a good proportion in terms of like circumference. Like this versus this. And then So something kind of like that. Now, yeah. So I think we have to have a edge loop here that we scale. Actually, maybe we grab both of these and scale a little bit. And then maybe what I'll do is I'll make another cut here. So you can grab this one and bring this back in. Yeah. And actually maybe take all of these and move these back this way. And then edge cut, actually undo. Do 3 cuts here in the middle. Box select, scale down. Let's really mess with things here. Let's add a subdivision surface modifier to kind of smooth things out and break everything. Yes. So this is where we're like, let's grab this edge and Control E and edge crease. Get a nice sharp crease. Not 100%. Just 99%. Okay. And then increase this as well. And then extrude, scale, extrude, move. There we go. Let's make this not so bad on the back here, huh? So the idea is going to be that we're going to have some stuff happening to this. This is going to go way smaller and be shorter. And then this we will add a loop cut to sharpen that up. And then we'll add a loop cut here. It's also... Actually, I want these to be the same. So delete that. And then extrude. And move on the x-axis. And we're going to need some more... Whoops. Where do we go? Alright. We're going to need some more loop cuts and stuff. But I think the idea will be this bit, we're going to change the shape of a bit. Somehow, some way. We're going to scale Z and then move up. It's kind of what's going on over there. Move it up some more. Scale. Scale Z. Yeah, something there like that. Okay. We could be a little sharper here. So that's either edge creases or more loop cuts. I think maybe creases. Right? So we'll do edge crease. maybe just go to 1 here. Curious what an edge crease on this will do. Yeah, look at that. I like it. Okay, now we want to do something similar for this little shape around the barrel. I think the idea here is that we need to scale. So let's move this out a little bit, and then we'll do a loop cut here and scale this like so. And then do we do an edge crease here? No. Actually, let's grab this edge, bring this in. Is that what I want to do? Ooh, I'm sensing a possibility here, which is if we scale this out. No, I think that edge loop is a mistake. What do we, let's turn off X-ray first of all. That's a bit much. Oh, also, let's turn up viewport levels. What if we go up to like 3? It's got something going on, and it'll be better once we get like a texture on it. Also, we need to shade smooth. That's the same thing that's going on here. We need to right-click the object and tell it to shade smooth. Same thing for this. There we go. Yep. Makes a big difference, right? Also tells us some things that have issues here. So like, let's turn on X-ray again so we can select even hidden things. We just need to put a face on that to close off the end. And then let's add a edge crease. There we go. So this is not exactly what I wanted. More like this. Yeah. It's closer. I think maybe this is where I need the edge crease. Yeah. Bam. If we turn off X-ray. Right, so we're trying to make this, right? Can you see it? Okay. So then we want to make these pieces coming off, which I think I was going to use this slice to do. How are we going to do this? Let's do maybe top down. Let's grab like that. And that. And maybe a little bit more. So the question is, I don't know if these pieces should be part of this mesh, or maybe we should Like we take this, duplicate it, split it off, and then make a shape. Because if I just try to like extrude this, it's gonna mess with things. Also, I managed to select things I didn't intend to. So, whoopsie. Let's try that exercise again. We'll go from here out to here. And then we want to grab a little bit more down to there. So right, this bit. So if I shift D to duplicate, and then P to separate selection. Also, I realize we need to label things here. So the thing that we just split off, right? What? Why is G doing nothing? What have I done? Oh, right. Okay, there we go. So ignore the Z fighting. We'll fix that in a little bit. So we need names for things. This will be leg.000. This will be leg.001. This will be leg.log 002. Right, so those pieces. Cube 3, so this is like I don't know. Table. Names are hard. Screw base. Screw. Barrel. Barrel straps is kind of the intent of what this is going to be. So what are we going to do with this? We're going to add a solidify modifier. Make it thick. Yeah, kind of like that. What does only rem do? Seems fine. Even thickness. Normals. Materials, edge data, vertex group. Okay. This seems fine. I think in the AI generated art, we have kind of this squared off thing going on that I don't think we necessarily need to do. And then rather than duplicating this, let's just add another modifier. Let's do a array modifier. And we're going to make 2 of these in the X direction. No. Isn't that X? Offset method relative. Offset endpoint. I guess maybe local coordinates are different. Let's see here. Okay, so that's not it. Like this. Turn off X-ray so we get a better sense of what's going on here. Maybe a little bit more. Maybe like 3. Maybe a little bit more than 3. Like so. Do we want the bits here? I think we might just take this as is. What's going on with this? Um, what is going on with that? What's going on here? Let's let shaders compile. Okay, so we have this. Yeah, that whatever that artifact is, it's real. I'm not sure what's going on with that. Shade smooth again. Shade flat. Ooh, it's pretty cool. Shade auto smooth. Oh, that adds a modifier. Smooth by angle. Okay, seems good. Can we so if we parent barrel straps to barrel, can we do that? Or I'll just grab them and move them. Let's put it on top of the turret base. So maybe like that, and then, you know, the rest of the way. No. One. There we go. Ta-da! We made our turret model. Okay, we could lower that a little bit. All right. So let's add. How do we want to do this? So we will want to have the same functionality we have in our existing turret, where the top pivots to aim. So we can think about how that's going to work. Let's add an empty. I don't know what I just hit, but that was interesting. What did it? What? Numpad slash. Oh, it goes to the targeted thing. Is that the thing that I? Yeah, look at that. Look at that. All right. Anyway, learned something new. So we'll have an empty here, and we will call it turret top. And then we take the barrel and barrel straps, and we wait. Can we can't. It'd be cool if we could just drag and drop like that, but nope. Can we take you two and say parent to object keep transform. Hey, that worked. Okay, so now if we rotate turret top, weird thing. That's not right. Let's see. What do we want to do here? We want to set the 3D cursor to be where this is. How do I do that? Set origin. Origin, 3D cursor. Wait. Geometry to origin, origin to geometry, origin to 3D cursor. How do I set the 3D cursor to be there? Maybe not an object. Is an option in here somewhere? What if I have this selected? Oh, neat. Lots of interesting things in there. Not what I'm looking for. Let's see. So I guess what I could do is I could select our turret top and move it here, and then fix the barrel and barrel straps to be in the correct relative position to it. What I want to figure out, okay, so if we are rotating this around the z-axis, oh, that works. Yeah. Okay, seems good. Let's add another empty, just for organizational purposes. And we'll call this turret base. All right. Good. I think that mirrors how I organize things for the existing turret model, so that might be helpful as we, let me save this. That's what I should do. This shall be new turret. Okay. So now we need to texture this. Also, I feel like the end of this should be longer. Let's stretch you out a little bit. There we go. Okay, so we have kind of just like, there's essentially one material going on in the art, the reference art. It's just that there are some variations where some of it's rustier and some of it's not. So maybe that's effectively two materials, and then we can maybe do some kind of weight painting or something to mix them. Yeah. So let's figure that out. So materials, that's modifiers. Somewhere in here is materials. There we go. I'm gonna add a new material. Maybe. There we go. And this shall be rusty. And then we'll add another material. No, we don't need to add another material slot. How do we do this? Cool. Oh, here we go. So then we take this and we say this is going to be metal. And save that no matter what. Right, and so now we have these two materials. We have metal and we have rusty. And then the thing I don't know is, like, how do we... I guess for every part... we give UV unwrap and we give it a separate material. Something, something, something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Okay, so let's just make our base metal though. So we want to let's grab that color. Ooh, so dark. Right, because do we have like camera and light? We do. They exist. We actually have which key is it? That key. There we go. The metallic. Roughness. Subsurface. Why so dark though? Should we... let's see, where is this the right workspace? Maybe. Object. So here's our metal material, which is just this principled BSDF, and then we have that going into the surface material output. I guess what I could do, I've had these tabs open forever for Polyhaven, and we could definitely find like a metal texture maybe. What do we think? Green metal rust, rusty corrugated iron. What so ignoring the kind of the more reddish bits that are kind of rusty, is there anything in here that, I mean, maybe blue metal and we just adjust the color a little bit? What does this look like? I see, it has some stuff going on to it. let's give it a shot. Let me download that zip file, and we'll see what that gets us. And then I can remember, how do I... Oh, that gets us a blend file. But if I get the textures, copy those, and we go to you know what I should do? Let's take this. I actually have a folder for stuff from Polyhaven, so let's go into here. And we will extract here and delete archive. There we go. And so we have these textures. And I can remember how to do this. So I think what we do is we drag and drop things. All right. So this is displacement. This is something. I'm not sure what that's supposed to be. So roughness. Nor GL4. Oh, normals, right. So I didn't think we can do that. It would be nice if I could actually... There we go. Active object has... That's interesting. That message. Active object has negative scale. Is an interesting message. Our lighting maybe needs some adjustment. There we go. Ooh, there we go. So a point light. There we go. What is this doing? Okay. That makes sense. If we turn up power, versus like a spot, a sun, area, point. Okay. That's fine. Anyway, back to this. Let's see here. I actually watched a tutorial back a month or more ago, specifically about setting up textures, or not, well, setting up materials like this. And how much of it have I retained? Well, we're finding out. So this can be plugged into roughness. Ooh. We got some issues here. With how that texture is applied. I think what we need to do... There we go. We need to be in edit mode and then hit U. And then Unwrap angle based. That's not quite so bad. So these objects here, the barrel straps, do we also apply, we don't have a material on them. That would be why. Well, hello, bot. Goodbye, bot. All right. I don't know about. Let's see. There's a key combination. There we go. Control right click. Removes. Like you can sever the connection. Now that's interesting. Even with the color being removed. It's interesting. Very interesting. We got these splotches. So where are those coming from? This is coming from the roughness? Yeah. That's interesting. Get everything using the same material here. Yeah, something like that. We got some fun. Oh, I see. It's doing it. I'm just kind of curious what that would look like in cycles. But EV, at least we get faster turnarounds on what this looks like. Let's do this. Let's just save this. Let's go over to Godot, and it's gonna automatically import since we saved it in the asset folder. And we will take a look at that model. So that's what it imports as currently, which is not exactly what we want, but it's pretty cool. It's a little too shiny for starters. But yeah, if we let's just make an empty 3D scene and drop this into it just to like explore what that looks like. So some you know, room for improvement here. Let's see, on the import front, things that we might want to change. Oh yeah, so when we save out from Blender, we need to make sure to not have the setup stuff enabled. That'll prevent us from importing the camera and lights. Oh yeah, and also this empty should be inside of setup. There we go. It's like, why is this all the way back here? It's because we had the empty with our reference art in the export. Anything else we want to tweak? Visible only, good. What does colors on do? Not a whole lot, huh? What if we change light baking to dynamic? Any change? Nope. Okay. Go back to static. Okay, seems fine. So we can have a, you know, we can see what this looks like with just default conditions, right? Because this scene, you know, this temporary scene that we're creating, it just has the default preview, sunlight, and environment here. So we can see what things look like in this setting. Like, this is kind of weird. Why is this like a normals issue? I don't know. Let's see. Mesh normals. Recalculate outside. Make face and vertex normals point either outside or inside the mesh. Recalculate inside. Okay, so if we do that and save, does that have any effect? Nope. I don't know. So the sunlight view settings. Nope. Let's add a directional light 3D just to see what's going on here. See if the issue is the model or something else. Right, so we can see, yeah, look at that. Isn't that strange? We have a light source on this side and it's dark. Negative light, interesting. Turn on shadows. Got some fun effects here going on. Not sure what that's about, but we'll figure that out here in a couple minutes, maybe, hopefully. I'm gonna take a break here though, because Twitch is gonna run some ads and I can't stop them. So I'm gonna stretch my legs. I'll be back in like 3 minutes and we'll continue futzing with this until I understand what's going on. So be right back.